feeling all alone, when your good time friends have all got up and gone, don't come knocking around my door, because I've heard your lines before. But there ain't gonna be a next time this time, 'cause woman, starting right now, I'm gonna forget your name and your pretty face, girl, and write you off as a bad mistake. You know that some women, they are lovers, and some just got no sense. But a woman like you ought to be ashamed of the things that you do to men. And if you get to feeling all alone, when you find that you can't make it on your own, don't come knocking around my door. You see, I've seen your act before. But there ain't gonna be a next time this time, 'cause woman, starting right now, I'm gonna forget your name and your pretty face, girl, and write you off as a bad mistake. You know that some women, they are lovers, and some just got no sense. But a woman like you ought to be ashamed of the things that you do to men. If you get the feeling you were wrong, don't go wasting your good money in the phone, 'cause I can hang up as fast as you can call. That ain't all, 'cause there ain't gonna be a next time this time, 'cause woman, starting right now, I'm gonna forget your name and your pretty face, girl, and write you off as a complete disgrace. You know that some women, they are liars, and some just got no sense. But a woman like you ought to be ashamed of the things that you do to men. Yeah, a woman like you ought to be ashamed of the things that you do to men. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. In the past couple years, I've been kind of gathering experiences to write songs about, and this is sort of a funky love song, if there is such a thing. It took me a long time to write it because I didn't want to get hurt. And a lot of times when you write about real people, you have to watch out, use the real names and stuff. And I was playing in a little country and western bar one afternoon, and as soon as I got finished my set, I went over and sat next to this woman that I've been looking at. And they had the jukebox on and the TV on and the people playing the pool table. The whole thing was going on. People talking about guns and ammo, how they got the new rifle rack mounted in their trucks. And everything was going along fine. I'm sitting there, and I bought her a shot and a beer, and I found out that she used to be in a roller derby in Texas. And I said, this is love song material. If I haven't fallen in love, I have fallen in like. And then her husband came in to pick her up. And he was this gigantic dude with his police uniform on, flat brim hat. Took the hat off and he had one of those drill sergeant haircuts like you see in the Army. Felt tip pen. Or egg with teeth. Tennis ball, whatever you want to call it. That's what this guy looked like. And they didn't want to get on his bad side because I could just hear him say, well, I fired 3 warning shots into his head. I said, oh, man. So I went back home, and I just started thinking about it. Now, what am I going to write about this woman? I kept saying, how am I going to get by with doing this thing? And I thought about everything I'd done. I'd gone to college, taken short story writing, creative writing, English literature, poetry, all the things that left me totally prepared for life in the Renaissance. I said, still couldn't get anything done. So I went out and bought 2 bottles of Ripple. Now, if there was anything that was going to get me to do it, it would be the Ripple. Ripple, is the only wine that was made in the 12th century from back then. And it's the only wine made today that's never seen a grape. It's just nothing, and it's a DuPont product. It's all chemicals. You drink 2 bottles of it, too, and like 14 million years of evolution go whoop, right down on all fours, you know? I'm kind of number 3 on the Darwin chart. Just pointing and grinning, you know, like. So, got 2 verses done, and then couldn't finish anymore, so I'm carried around this half-finished cassette of the album, you know, the songs. I gotta get it done. And we go out to San Francisco and finished up real early one night, and went back to the room and ordered up apple pie and coffee and started to play, figuring gonna get the words done. Now, you remember that Bon Vivant Vichyssoise scandal where everybody was eating the soup and dropping over dead? Well, the scandal was so bad they went out of business. Moved out to San Francisco and started to make pie, which is what they sent up to the room, see, with Lucretia Borgia sauce on it. Guy comes in, opened a poison ring. And like half an hour after we ate this pie, Maury and I look at each other, like in stereo, we say, I think I'm gonna be sick. And like, real quick, like a fool in a hurry, run into the bathroom. I put my arms around, you know, classic pose like this. And I start with the cosmic barf. Everybody knows what that feels like, you know. And Maury had eaten more of it, so he got like the sink in the bathtub. So now he is really sick. You know, we're getting calls from the front desk saying, sorry, sir, you're not allowed to have seals in the room. But behind all this, you know, we did have the courage and perseverance through all this retching to get the song finished. And it's just called I Fell in Love with the Roller Derby Queen. Weird. Gonna tell you a story that you won't believe, but I fell in love last Friday evening with the girl I saw on a ballroom TV screen. Well, I was just getting ready to get my hat when she caught my eye, and I put it back, and I ordered myself a couple of more shots and beers. The night that I fell in love with a roller derby queen, around and round, oh, round and round, the meanest hunk of woman that anybody ever seen. Down in the arena, she was 5'6", 215, a bleach blonde bomber with a streak of mean. She knew how to knuckle and she knew how to scuffle and fight. And a roller derby program said that she was built like a refrigerator with her head. Her fans called her Tuffy, but all her buddies called her Spike. The night that I fell in love with a roller derby queen, around and round, oh, round and round, the meanest hunk of woman that anybody ever seen. Down in the arena. I could not help it but to fall in love with this heavy-duty woman I've been speaking of. Things were kind of bad until the day she skated into my life. Well, she might be nasty, she might be fat, but I never met a person who could tell her that. She's my bleach blonde bomber, my heavy-handed Hackensack mama. The night that I fell in love with a roller derby queen, round and round, oh, round and round, the meanest hunk of woman that anybody ever seen. Down in the arena. Thank you very much. I'd like to introduce the band, too. Exchanging finger picks and guitars. And a really good friend of mine, Maury Muehleisen.
Hello, everybody.
But could you help me place this call? You see the number on the matchbook is old and faded. She's living in L.A. with my best old ex-friend Ray. Gosh, she said she knew well and sometimes hated. But isn't that the way they say it goes? But let's forget all that and give me the number if you can't find it, so I can call just to tell them I'm fine and to show I overcome the blow. I've learned to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real, but that's not the way it feels. Operator, well, could you help me place this call? 'Cause I can't read the number that you just gave me. Something in my eyes, you know it happens every time. Think about the love that I thought would save me. Isn't that the way they say it goes? But let's forget all that and give me the number if you can't find it, so I can call just to tell them I'm fine and to show overcome the blow. I've learned to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real, but that's not the way it feels. No, 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 that's not the way it feels. Operator, oh, let's forget about this call. There's no one there I really wanted to talk to. So thank you for your time. You've been so much more than kind. And you can keep the dime. But isn't that the way they say it goes? But let's forget all that and give me the number if you can't find it, so I can call just to tell them I'm fine and to show overcome the blow. Learn to take it well. I only wish my words could just convince myself that it just wasn't real, but that's not the way it feels. Thank you very much.